United States the most powerful position in the world and things like that. And to see guys like Trump, and then even within this underlying conversation, Oprah made a speech.
Right,
and
exactly,
people are,
exactly.
You know, pushing her for president and things like that. And she's like, you know, I'm just flirting with the idea. It's nothing serious or whatever.
Yeah.
But to the point where, you know, even Kanye saying 2020 I'm running for president, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It's you know,
is being the president or the CEO of this corporation even the most powerful position?
exactly. I was going to come back to that. I'm glad you did. You know, so it's the most powerful. No, it's not that. America, the greatest country in the world. It's not that. I mean, the PR, the packaging of it, and maybe there was a time, and if you look at the stats and the numbers and what America was producing and what it represented to the world, but it's been off that mark for several decades. So to get that cleared up, there's an infatuation with celebrity here, and we think just because, you know, that person slams dunk well or drives well or acts well in films, they are going to be a great leader because we've gotten to see and know them and we're familiar with them. Where in many other places and other communities and other nations, your political acumen is what determines how great a leadership, because it is politics. You got to understand budgeting. You got to understand diplomacy. You got to understand negotiation, and possible warfare. You know, you got to have a temperament that allows you to walk into all of those different venues. Now, of course, they got cabinets and they got staff and they got other people to help them juggle it. But your mindset, you are the leader, the prime minister, the head of state, the governor. You are the person that is overseeing all of these different things based on the mandate that the people have given you that voted for you. So celebrity doesn't automatically qualify you to fulfill all of those roles. So I take nothing. Well, I was gonna say I take nothing away from Oprah's speech. As a business person, I respect and admire her accomplishment, her drive. The speech was well intended. I would definitely give it that. But it's a different battle. You know, unfortunately, women aren't created equal in this Western concept. So this Me Too, this kind of trying to equate all women's struggle as the same. The sister she mentioned, that was raped in Alabama by those 6 men. That wasn't an isolated incident. You know, that was the norm. These rape mobs. Now think of that. They set upon a woman on her way back from church, a married woman, held her, raped her, brutalized her, then dropped her off. A lot of people don't realize that those are many of the elements with the Tawana Brawley story. So, and what's so, they admitted it. Just like with Emmett Till. You know, it's clear. And then an all-white jury said, yeah, you know, what you did wasn't even a crime. So that was the norm. Our women were set upon in that way. And those same 6 white men, half of them, all of them went home to white women that night. You know, the women in that community knew this. This couldn't have gone on without it coming to their ear. So if it was that sisterhood, you know, that so many say, oh, we all are suffering in the same way. No, our women have been suffering and set upon in ways that white women have always been removed or complicit. Because these are your sons, your husband, your father. These are your men that are forming raping brigades and that are brutalizing sisters, black sisters of yours, of the womanhood.
Coming back to you.
Yeah, so I respect Oprah for raising more attention to it, but I'm hoping she wasn't giving the impression that it's an equal struggle between both those women. It's always been separate, and in many instances, the white woman was complicit with the white man in the brutalization of the black woman in the black nation and family. So I think that's a very important distinction we cannot lose sight of.
And I just want to bring it back now. The final question I wanted to ask is, we see with Dr. Umar's case and everything, and we know it's not over, of course, and everything like that. And for me, I got a chance to see him in the courtroom and do his thing and everything like that. And even when I seen it, I'm like, okay, so you guys are judging this man about being a psychologist when he's already proven that those degrees that he earned, those are valid. The things that he's talking about, okay, I'm a child psychologist, and he proved practically everything that he said he's been doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that he, is definitely still not over and it's still a lingering thing. And I'm sure we're gonna definitely be covering it and giving the people up-to-date information.
Without question.
And things like that. What advice do you have for the people? Everybody who's out there just kind of informed, maybe re-reporting certain things, or, helping create narratives. Whether it's good or bad or indifferent. What advice do you give to them on this journey that the brother's going through, and just for us as individuals who are all in the struggle in a sense together, to see a better world for our children? You know what I'm saying?
Kind of what I've been saying all through. It's like almost one of our first bills when I was when we down in Brooklyn at the BAM event, and you asked a similar question. You had said about the conscious community, how all the people are saying the scammers and this and that, and I was saying buyer beware. If you're going to invest your money, do your research, check, and in this environment you are going to have pros and cons, and look, research it. Like me, I hear all the stuff that's been said and all the criticism and this and that. For me,
you're in the middle of it most of the time.
All right up near it and in it, but I don't know. Maybe my resolve is a little more. And then again, my age, in my early 50s, I've been through a bit of this. I've seen this, and I know substance, and I think I'm able to separate substance from perfection. I can separate substance from perfection. Someone can have great substance and not be anywhere near perfect. But if they have enough substance, enough drive, passion, integrity to move an issue forward that's critical to us as a people, if that brother or sister can pass that muster, we would be remiss to not give them our following. But that goes with, we can check on them like, yo, brother, and be vocal. But I think we can be respectfully vocal. Again, I had an opportunity to interview good brother, and I spoke to him. It was
all. Where can we go to check that interview out?
Okay, that is actually up on Stairs. Steel Talk Iron Responses is up right now. They can look at it. But the other questions I had with him took place off camera, out of respect for the brother to get his insight. So if you accept him as one of our champions, give him an opportunity to clear up the misconceptions. We don't have enough warriors on the front line for us to, in my opinion, be so heavy-handed in our criticism till we try to render someone with a great vision non-functional, because there's so much suspicion and heap and obstacles being heaped in front of them, and just that alone, not to question, not to lead blindly, but do it in a way that our enemies can't capitalize, because all they need is a little division, and you can stoke that, and it's gone. So yeah, bring your complaints in a way that doesn't detract from the path of someone that you have accepted as doing the work for our people. I still accept them as doing that, and I think I looked among the droves of people that were there. I'd say the youngest, again, with children. I've seen some elderlies that had to be in their 70s, 80s, but they made it a point to be there, to stand up. So it was a beautiful thing to be in the building, because it was an effort. That was a rough place to get up to. It was and then with my adventure, going to the wrong place and then dashing 90 minutes to still catch them. But I would not have wanted to be any place else. For the brothers or sisters that are on the borderline and not knowing which way to go, step out on faith. Please know that this is a time, as I said, this is a cycle. We're coming to the Aquarian age. This is a time where those of you who have certain spirits, who move in certain ways, who have the ability to heal, to forgive, who have that ability of intuition, all of those things, we're coming into a time frame where there will be a heightened sensory ability. So as you see those things, as you see those signs, just continue to move yourself forward in all the ways you can with your diet. You should be eating as clean as you can, drinking as clean as you can, physically keeping yourself fit. Financially, I'm not a financial expert, but I tell you, get out of debt. Brothers and sisters, get out of debt. from a pharmaceutical perspective, if you have any chronic ailment, diabetes, high blood pressure, you're working with obesity, or any more severe ailments, you got to bring those things back in, because we're coming to a time where these pharmaceuticals that you think you're going to have access to, popping these pills, this insulin to keep yourself just in homeostasis, just running, you're going to have a natural source to keep your body right. We are going to prepare ourselves to disconnect from the system. There's going to be a break in this matrix, and for those who are not ready, you're going to be scrambling, looking for a foundation. If you don't start easing yourself into it, starting now. Again, your diet, the amount of rest you get, the kind of beverages you drink, which should primarily be water, alkaline if possible. Find some kind of exercise, even if it's just walking regularly. Basic calisthenics. Take a class. Do something that starts moving you towards health. This is being recorded. We haven't even completed the first month of January yet, so many of you are still right at that early stage of these New Year's resolutions. Some might be still in full gear. Some of y'all might be teetering right now. But by the time you get this upload, buckle down and keep pushing. The most important goals in life are not easily won, but they're given and granted when you're consistent. So be clear about what you need to do and move forward. And there's other folks that's moving forward too. You're not going to be alone. It's like a stream. You'll be getting into that flow and be able to ride with the positive vibrations, all of us moving towards the same direction. And that's why it's just a great opportunity, knowledge to God, to always do these builds. We're getting to do them in a more timely way. We're bringing the most pertinent news information without distractions. And you know, as we know, we don't deal all with the beef stuff. We try to get this information to the people that's going to help us make the right choices we need to make at this critical era. But yeah, that'll be about the most insight and information I would have about that.
Brother Smalls, man, just want to say we at Hip Hop is Real Kid Life Productions. We love you and we appreciate
Thank you.
As always, man, you are one of my OGs. I always tell dudes, man, respect your OGs. Even in when I'm in the battle rap field, I show respect to 15 Minutes of Fame, which is another guy who does media. Uncle Rod, he's one of the guys that brought me under his wing and showed me. So it's like, you know, a lot of people, you know, they want to just go and, you know what I mean? But to me, I just learn, man. I just continue to learn from those who's done it before me. And one thing I always, at least for me personally, that helped me get to another level, just show respect and love and admiration to those who did these things before you. Whether you think you're hot shit down, oh, I'm doing it, so nah. Always show love to those who came before you, because those are the people who laid down the foundation. So
without question, and I gotta add one name to that you know, this elder, this brother, this genius, Gil Noble, you know, founder of Like It Is, ABC News, his impact. And I think I'm partly in front of the camera trying to do this on some level of expertise or some quality because of the standard he set. So clear, the subjects he dealt with. He was there to teach us unapologetically. And if I can be 1/10 of the kind of journalist he was in attacking the stories that were so meaningful. So it's like you said, you look at those who laid that groundwork, that who you step in and you're kind of riding the wave that they opened up. So we're going to continue that and just keep on building. So again, it's been an honor to do another upload with you, knowledge to God. Keep pushing, keep doing what you got to do. And folks, if you're listening, we're on the way up. Yes, we're going to be in each other corner from without question. So stay tuned. Hip Hop is Real. This is the place to come to. We need your subscription, like. This is the channel. Tell your friends about it. If you want to get up-to-date, drama-free news about our situation, this is the place to come. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Salute.